Are you tired of literally falling asleep the moment you start studying? Discover the one trick that can keep you awake without caffeine, chaos, or crying into your textbook. Imagine this. You sit down to study, and instead of your brain clocking out like it's done for the day, you're actually awake, focused, and weirdly productive, like one of those students who somehow has their life together. Yeah, that's what this trick can do. And here's the wild part. It works not because it gives you more energy, but because it stops your brain from doing the one thing that instantly makes you sleepy when you study. I'll explain in a minute. Stick with me until the end because I'm walking you through the one trick that actually keeps you awake while studying, why your brain gets sleepy in the first place, how to use this method step by step, the research that backs it, and the super common mistake almost everyone makes that ruins their focus without even realizing it. Real quick, let me know something. What's your biggest study enemy, your phone, your bed, or your brain just deciding to power down? I swear for me, it used to be my bed. I'd sit down, and suddenly it was like gravity increased by 300%. Alright, so let's talk about the struggle. You sit down to study, you open your notes, you blink and your body goes, cool, guess we're going to sleep now. But why does this happen? Here's the not-so-fun truth. Your brain is constantly checking your environment for signals. And your study setup, your desk, your chair, your lighting, your silence, all these cues are the same ones your brain associates with low energy, low stimulation activities, meaning your brain thinks studying is basically bedtime. And honestly, I don't blame it. So here's the reframe. You're not lazy and your brain isn't broken. You're sleepy because your study environment is telling your brain to slow down, which means if you change the signal, you change the energy, and that's where the trick comes in. Here it is, the simple trick that keeps you awake when studying. Study using the active body, active brain method. In plain English, stop studying completely still. Add micro movement, not big movements. Not pacing around like you're giving a TED Talk. Just tiny controlled motion that keeps your brain alert. Your brain stays awake when your body stays slightly active. This could be things like tapping your foot, standing for 5-10 minutes, using a fidget item, studying while gently swaying or shifting weight, doing active reading, underlining, highlighting, taking short notes, chewing gum, even holding something small, like a pen you spin or a stress ball. It sounds almost too simple, but it works because of how your brain is wired. Here's actual research behind this. Neuroscience shows that small, repetitive movements activate parts of the brain tied to wakefulness and focus, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part that handles attention and memory. Even teachers use this trick. In a bunch of U.S. classrooms, letting students use fidget tools or stand for short periods has been shown to increase focus and reduce mental fatigue. Micro-movement, micro-stimulation, awake brain. Let's break this down so you can actually use it today. 1. Start your study session with movement. Before you sit down, do 10 seconds of light movement stretch, shake out your hands, roll your shoulders. It wakes your brain up. 2. Add micro-movement while you study. Not enough to distract you, just enough to keep your brain on. My favorite? Tapping my foot or shifting my posture every couple minutes. 3. Use active studying every 35 minutes. Highlight one sentence. Write a tiny summary. Say a definition out loud. Your brain loves the little switch-ups. Change your physical position at least once per study block. Sit stand, sit again. Or sit edge of chair, lean back, sit up. You don't need a fancy standing desk. Stack some books, use a countertop, whatever works. Add tiny sensory stimulus. Gum, a cold drink, a mint. Small sensations that keep your brain alert. Trust me, these little things add up. Common mistakes to avoid. Okay, I need to hit you with some reality checks real quick, because people always mess this up. Mistake 1, thinking movement, distraction. Nope, you don't need to do jumping jacks, just small movement is enough. Mistake 2, trying to study like a statue. If you force yourself to sit completely still, your brain goes into low power mode like a laptop trying to save battery. Mistake 3, moving too much. On the flip side, don't go wild. If you're pacing like you're on the phone with your crush, that's too much. Mistake 4, studying in your sleep zone. Studying on your bed, guaranteed brain shutdown mode. Your body knows that space is for resting. Don't fight biology. Alright, let's wrap it up fast. You're not sleepy because you're lazy. Your environment and stillness tell your brain it's time to shut down. Add micro-movement, tiny motions that activate your focus. Use active studying to keep your brain engaged. Avoid studying in sleep zones or being too still. Small movement, awake brain. Now imagine this. You sit down to study, and instead of that heavy, sleepy fog rolling in, your brain actually kicks into gear. You stay awake, you stay focused, you finish your work without feeling like you're fighting sleep the whole time. You'll feel like one of those students who always seems on top of things without drinking your weight in iced coffee. Alright, your turn. I'm curious, what's your biggest study enemy, your phone, your bed, or your own brain sabotaging you at the worst possible moment? Drop it in the comments. I love hearing what everyone's battling out there. And if you want more tips, hacks, or just someone who gets the struggle, you're in the right place.